So, let me ask you something. Every time you click your mouse or type on your keyboard or open an app, do you know what's actually happening inside your computer? Your system is performing billions of operations in the background. Yes, billions. Now think about this. What part of the computer is doing all this work? Inside every computer, laptop, and even your smartphone, there is a tiny chip. It's called the CPU. And today, we're going to open this chip not physically, but logically, and understand how a CPU really works. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. You've probably heard people call it the brain of the computer. And that's a good comparison, but there's something important you need to understand. Unlike the human brain, the CPU does not think, it does not decide, it simply follows instructions. But here's the amazing part. It follows those instructions extremely fast and extremely accurately. By the end of this video, you'll clearly understand what the CPU actually does, how it processes instructions, and why it plays such a huge role in your computer's performance. At its core, a CPU is an electronic circuit designed to process instructions. These instructions don't come out of nowhere. They come from software, your operating system, your browser, and the apps you use every day. Now here's something most people don't realize. The CPU does not understand words. It does not understand images. It doesn't even understand English. The only language a CPU understands is binary, ones and zeros. Every photo you see, every video you watch, every click you make is first translated into these simple signals before the CPU can do anything at all. Now let's talk about how the CPU actually works. The CPU follows a repeating process called a cycle, and the first step of this cycle is called fetch. In this step, the CPU fetches an instruction from system memory, which we call RAM. Think of RAM as a desk where instructions are placed, ready to be used. The CPU looks at RAM and says, okay, what do I need to do next? Without fetching instructions, the CPU has nothing to work on. Once the instruction is fetched, the CPU doesn't execute it immediately. First, it needs to understand it. This step is called decode. Here, the CPU breaks the instruction down and figures out exactly what action is required. For example, should it add to number, should it move data, or should it compare values? Decoding is like reading a question before solving it. It makes sure the CPU knows exactly what needs to be done before moving forward. Now comes the most important part. Execute. This is where the real work happens. The CPU performs the calculation, moves the data, or completes the task defined by the instruction. And here's something incredible. This entire process, fetch, decode, and execute, happens extremely fast. In modern processors, this cycle can repeat billions of times every second. That speed is what makes your computer feel powerful. So, how does the CPU know when to do all this? That's where the clock comes in. The CPU clock sends timing signals that coordinate every operation inside the processor. When we say a CPU runs at 3.5 GHz, what that really means is the clock ticks 3.5 billion times every second. Each tick allows the CPU to move forward. More clock cycles mean more instructions processed in less time. Now you might be wondering, why does all of this matter? A faster CPU means apps open quicker, tasks finish sooner, and the system feels smoother. But here's an important lesson. The CPU doesn't work alone. Its performance also depends on RAM, storage, and other components. A powerful CPU is important, but balance is what truly makes a system efficient. So now you understand how a CPU really works from the inside. In the next video, we'll explore how RAM supports the CPU and why memory plays such a critical role in performance. If this video helped you understand technology a little better, subscribe to Tech Anatomy, and let's keep learning together.